$4.2 million plumbing company owner told me the other day we wasted $40,000 and 18 months on SEO that didn't even improve our rankings. And the worst part? Their agency was sending them monthly reports that showed progress. They thought everything was working. I see this constantly. Successful home service businesses doing $2, $3, $4, $6, $10 million a year, making the same SEO mistakes over and over again. And these aren't just beginner mistakes. These are mistakes that agencies charge you thousands of dollars every single month to make for you. Today, I'm breaking down the 3 biggest SEO mistakes and what the top performing companies do instead. Let's get into it. Mistake number 1 is targeting low-ticket keywords. Let me go back to that $4.2 million plumbing company. They were paying their agency $3,500 a month. Their agency's focus was ranking them number 1 for plumber in their city. 18 months and $40,000 in the drain later, they had nothing to show for it. But even if they did rank for that keyword, it wouldn't really have mattered. Here's why. Plumber in Austin or plumber in New Orleans attracts everyone. DIYers asking how to unclog a toilet, apartment renters looking to pay $40 for a drain cleaning, people comparing 6 quotes for whoever's the cheapest. Does that all sound familiar? This company's average job size was $3,200. They wanted sewer line replacements, emergency repairs, repiping, and commercial work. That broad keyword, plumber in my city, doesn't attract those sort of customers. Their agency was chasing the wrong keyword from day 1. So here's what they completely missed: the keywords that actually bring in the high ticket customers. So if you're a home service business doing, over $2, $3, $4 million a year, you might be targeting some of these higher ticket, higher intent keywords. Now, when we look at sewer line repair, it's 100 to 1,000 searches per month. Literally 1/10 of the potential here. Sewer line replacement, even smaller, 10 to 100. Sewer line repair Austin, 10 to 100. The difference here is the intent and the service type. So obviously a sewer line repair can run well over $3,200, which is that kind of company's average customer size goal or average ticket goal. So let's just compare the search volume and let's just do the math right now. Let's say that plumber is at just in the middle of this, 5,000 searches per month. So let's say that you can get even just a third of those as clicks. Let's say 5,000 divided by 3, you can get this many clicks if you're ranking first for this keyword across the entire radius, okay? So 1666. Now let's say that only 2% of those clicks actually convert to a customer, even less, 1%, 16.6 leads. Now out of this, some of these aren't even real customers. There's some of those customers that are, an apartment renter that you don't want to just do a $30, $40 drain clean for, as well as just other unqualified buyers. So out of this, we then also need to say, let's say only 50% of those are qualified buyers. Now you have 8 real leads, 8 real potential jobs, okay? Now let's compare that, and let's just say that the average job from plumber's worth $200, maybe 300. That's $2,500 in top line revenue. Now, if we look at sewer line replacement or sewer line repair, let's say it's 500. So out of that 500, it's going to be easier to rank higher for these sort of keywords because you can have kind of more fine-tuned SEO targeting. Let's say that you can take half of those as clicks. You're looking at 250 clicks, but out of that 250 clicks, let's say that 7 or 8%, because you can have dedicated landing pages for each service. You should actually have that. Let's just say 7% of those clicks convert to a lead. That is already 17 leads. Now, out of this, I would be willing to bet at least 75% of them are actual leads, actual qualified buyers. So you're looking at 13 real leads that are qualified for this service. Now, let's say that you close all those, just like I did in the other example. And let's say that the average ticket here is, for a sewer line repair, sewer line replacement, let's just float a number, $4,000. You're looking at literally 25 times the revenue for ranking first for plumber compared to ranking first for sewer line repair. You see the difference? So yes, fewer clicks, but way more revenue. This is what the home service businesses that are crushing it with SEO do instead. They pick their keywords based on their ideal customer, based on the user's intent when they search the keyword, not search volume. If your best jobs are $3,000 plus emergency plumbing repairs or $20,000 commercial contracts, target those keywords. Plain and simple. Your keyword strategy should not only be based on the total search volume, as you can see in the example that I just showed you. Sit down, list out your 5 to 10 most profitable services, and then try to rank top 3 for those keywords. It sounds simple, but most businesses overlook it. They think, oh, plumber has the most search volume. People who search for plumber also want sewer line replacement, sewer line repairs, and typically that's not the case. That's how you attract the $50 customers compared to the $3,000 customers. Mistake number 2 is obsessing over rankings instead of phone calls and real leads. The other day, a roofing company owner booked a consultation with me and they were frustrated. They were ranking number 2 for their main keyword. On paper, everything looked great, but their phone literally wasn't ringing and they weren't getting any email leads, website leads, any sort of text leads, or anything else. They were getting maybe 8 to 10 calls from actual qualified buyers from Google every month. Their competitor that was ranking 4 or 5 was probably getting 3 to 5 times that. But how's that possible? Here's the deal. About 70% of all local service searches click on the top 3 map pack or the local pack. Pretty much those top 3 results from Google Maps in Google search results. Not the website results below, not even the sponsored section above. This roofing company was sitting number 2 in the organic website results, but their Google business profile was sitting number 7 in the map pack or on Google Maps. Their competitor was number 2 in the map pack. The agency was sending reports every month saying, hey, we got you number 3. Hey, now you're number 2. And everyone on their team was super stoked, but they were measuring the wrong thing entirely. So when I look up roofing company in Austin, obviously, I have an ad blocker, so the sponsor section is not showing up. But what's most important is this top 3 map pack. This is where almost 70% of people who search this keyword go and click on, not the website results below. These businesses get all the calls and all the leads for the most part. These organic results, they get far less attention from actual local customers. And you can see here, Jamar Roofing and Sheet Metal, they're ranking first for Austin Roofing or roofing company in Austin, but they're nowhere to be found in this map pack section. So just looking at these businesses, let's just pull one up, try to find one that looks super good. So perfect. These guys have awesome photos. Before, after, it's beautiful, okay? They have these awesome photos. They have nice metal roofs. Everything looks good. They have awesome reviews as well. So if we look at their reviews, 4.7 with 322 total reviews. As I check this, they're actually getting 1-star review bombed, probably by one of their competitors, which sucks. See this all the time. But before this clearly spam effort to get them bad reviews, they're ranking super well and they're getting awesome reviews. Now, no offense to these guys, but if we look at Armadillo Roofing and Exteriors, their profile is not quite the same. You can see they have decent photos, but they're not comparable. They don't have the same level of quality content on their profile. And then if we look at the reviews, they're at 3.8 stars average with 35 reviews. And their most recent review, they're actually getting also 1-star review bombed, which is very interesting. So it seems like someone in Austin is doing this, but their most recent real review was 3 months ago. And their previous review was 1 year ago, which sucks. The map pack and your Google business profile, this is where all of the leads are going to come from. This is your greatest organic lead source or lead asset. If your agency's only focused on ranking your website and they just do Google business profile management, that's not enough to actually get you real leads and real revenue. They're ignoring the thing that brings the most calls. So here's what to do differently. Yes, keyword rankings matter. In fact, it's a really important SEO metric, but it's important to know where you're ranking or what sort of rankings we're even talking about. Organic website results are very different from Google business profile or ranking in the map pack. Bottom line, track phone calls and real leads, not rankings alone. If your current agency sends you a full keyword report that shows you each month that you're ranking super well, but they can't tell you how many real phone calls you're getting, that's an issue. Quick pause. If you're a home service business doing over $2 million a year and you're sitting here thinking, my agency does at least one of these issues so far, you might be right. If you want my team and I to audit your current Google rankings and then tell you what's actually going to get you more phone calls and more revenue, you can apply to work with us at the first link in the description below. But first, let me show you mistake number 3. This might be the most expensive of all these mistakes. Mistake number 3 is building citations and backlinks, but completely ignoring Google reviews. We work with a landscaping company that was previously spending about $3,500 to $4,000 a month with their old agency. That agency had built them over 200 citations, which are business directory listings across the internet. It sounds impressive, and 5 years ago, that would have been a pretty solid strategy. But here's the problem. They were getting crushed on Google Maps and Google Map Pack by competitors with way less citations. The difference was that those competitors were getting 15 to 20 reviews per month. My client previously was getting 2 to 3 per month. You see, Google's algorithm has shifted over time. It doesn't just care about the total number of reviews you have or even the total number of citations you have. It cares about review velocity and quality more than anything else. So how consistently and recently are you getting them, and how quality are these Google reviews? You see, a business with 150 total reviews, but they're getting 20 a month, can actually outrank a business with over 2,000 reviews, but they're only getting 2 to 3 per month. Google sees that momentum and thinks, wow, this business is actively doing really good work for customers. They are a great result to show to our searchers. Let's present them first in search results. When I look up Christmas light installation in Salt Lake City, Utah, tell me what you see in this Google map pack. We see Christmas light professionals with 427 reviews. Then we see Salt Lake City Christmas lights with 81 reviews. And then we see Christmas light professionals again with 1.2 thousand reviews. What's the difference? These guys have significantly less reviews than both of these guys combined, and I think this is the same company. Now, why is that? Well, first things first, let's just address the elephant in the room. These guys do have what's called an exact match domain or an exact match business name. So they have the city name and they have the service or the keyword they want to rank for, which is awesome. They also do have a better business profile category, which is lighting contractor instead of Christmas store. But regardless, let's take a look at the reviews. Their Google reviews during the peak season, they were getting like 10 to 15 reviews per month. Whereas when we look at Christmas Light Professionals with 427 reviews, their most recent review was a year ago. And they only had 2 that year. Or the year before that, 2 reviews. And then the year before that, looks like they had quite a few more reviews. But their velocity fell off, you can see very clearly, which allows Salt Lake City Christmas Lights to actually compete with these guys, even though they have way less reviews. And they're also doing better SEO, granted. Here's what the successful businesses do instead. They build a review generation system. Not a one-time push from 3 seasons ago to get a bunch of reviews and think you're good. An ongoing system that runs every single week. So there are 3 main parts to it, or at least what we recommend our clients use. First, train your team of techs to ask every single happy customer in person for a review after the job is completed and you know they're super happy. Hand them a QR code. Have these on hand. Ideally, you can laminate them. Keep them either in every truck or on the back of every tech's phone. And this QR code, once scanned, will bring them to the Leave a Review page on Google. This is the highest conversion method. If your techs have any level of charisma and you did a good job, this is 60%, 70% at least conversion rate. Second, set up automated SMS and email follow-ups. This is going to be for the people who didn't leave a review in person, but you do know you did a good job for. I would say send them a text that evening and then another text 24 hours later and an email along with that next text. In that email, include a direct link to your Google Business Profile page. Third, respond to every single review. This is crucial. Good or bad, respond to every review as quickly as possible, ideally under 24 hours. I didn't talk about this much, but I do recommend having your text request that each customer mentions the service and the location that you did it for them in, if that makes sense. The goal isn't to have more reviews than your competitors necessarily, although that would be ideal. It's to build momentum, velocity, and then also have better reviews like quality, like I just mentioned. If you're getting 15 reviews a month consistently, you're gonna crush it. Meanwhile, if your agency is focused on just building backlinks and citations, but you're not ranking in Google's map pack, where you actually get the phone calls from, it's probably a reviews problem. And your agency is just playing an outdated game. The good thing is that these 3 mistakes are totally fixable, but every single month that you keep making them, you're leaving money on the table and you're letting your competitors rank better than you for pretty much free. If you run a home service business doing over $1 million a year and you want to find out which of these mistakes is killing your rankings and not bringing you the revenue that you're looking for from SEO, you can actually click the first link in the description below to apply to work with us. If qualified, we'll get on a free consultation call and I will walk you through all of these mistakes myself and put together a custom plan for you to rank #1 and actually get the phone calls that you want. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.